Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we will be doing a little reading wrap up, and I am staying true to my promise in the last wrap up I did, I believe, of moving forward. I think I'm gonna recap you guys basically on what I said I was gonna read for the month and go over what I actually did read and didn't read from that stack. The camera quality is literal crud right now because it is dark outside, so we're working with my room lighting, and my room lighting sucks. And from what I can see, the camera does not want to focus. I guess it does if I like lean in a little. So this is what we're working with. You move my pepper spray out of the way. I don't know if you knew this as female audience, but pepper spray, it does expire. So, here's your reminder to get a new pepper spray if you haven't in a while. I got the pepper gel because supposedly that's more effective. Look at me telling people. I know. I'm here for books and here I am talking about pepper spray. But it is like a, so this one is pepper spray, or the pepper gel. It's a seatbelt cutter, and it's also a window breaker. So I'm gonna put this on my keychain. Just a reminder, so everybody stay safe. All my ladies stay safe. Moving on to what you guys are here for, which is books. I will say on topic. Hopefully. So we're going to go through the books first that were on my TBR for this month that I did not read. It should shock no one that there are books that I didn't read from that, okay? She was hopeful. So there are definitely more books that I didn't read than that I did read. Ugh, what a mouthful. So, the books that I didn't read. A shocker that clearly just no one saw. That is sarcasm. I did not read the Caraval trilogy. Yep, she is still on my TBR. Will she be on my TBR for December? I don't think so. I don't have a set TBR yet, which is why I'm not going to throw it in this video. So this is just fully just a wrap up. But no, I did not read the trilogy. I don't know. One day I'll get back in my fantasy era. Won't be this month, but we're getting in there. The lighting does keep changing because I do have my TV screen giving off some light. And we're just going to hope that that helps a little. Just a smidge. The next book that I did not read, but I totally meant to, and I'm so sorry if you hear jingles. I put a jingle collar on my cat, and I never realized how loud she was until now. But, so if you hear that in the background, that's my cat. The next one that I did not read from my TBR was Bookshops and Bone Dust. I meant to, but I don't know what happened. I took it on my trip to go see my mom, and I just did not read. I don't think I read a single book on that trip, which is weird because I think last year when I went, I read like 3 books. But this time I did go for a shorter time. I just went for basically like an extended weekend. Versus last time, I think I stayed for a week. And we had stuff planned. So, did not read it. And I just could not get in the mood to read like a cozy story. So, not yet. One day soon, hopefully. And honestly, probably the biggest shock, at least to myself, of what I did not read, that did not make the cut, is The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. I did not read that. But she's kind of thick. And I don't actually have a good reason on to why I did not read this. I just didn't. Don't know what happened. I had high hopes and I really thought I was going to. I didn't. Also, so December, I love Christmas. I'm pretty sure I've said that in a couple videos now. But look, I got a little Christmas sweater. And it says, kinda scary, kinda merry. Very fitting for me. Sorry, distracted. Back on task. I'm sorry. I don't know what happens. Usually I'm pretty good about staying on task until like I'm videoing for some reason. For some reason this makes me want to talk about everything. So, back to books. Books from the TBR video that I did read. I read the rest of the Teen Titans graphic comic series that is out so far. I did read them. I don't know if they were both had sprayed edges yet in that one video, but they do now. I just did red for Robin. Nothing crazy. And then I almost said blue and green, but this is purple and green. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then the other book that I did read from this, which I will go into more detail on these in a second. I just wanted to make sure I go through and knock this off while I have the pile sitting in front of me. I did read Collide. So I did read a hockey romance this month, but don't know. Don't know what happened there. I did read it. So there's one. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5, right? 5. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of 8 books, I read 3. Is that less than a 50%? You know, it is. But at least I read some. Okay? I'm going to call it a success anyways. You don't have to tell me it's not. The first book that I read this month was The Ritual by Chantal Tesser. And this was a book club pick for October, but book club got pushed back, so I did read it at the beginning of November. There are trigger warnings, and I will go through them because I did ask everybody if they wanted it, and a couple people did say yes. So if you do want to go into this blindly, skip ahead probably like 10 seconds because I am going to list out the triggers because this is a dark romance. So, trigger warnings for this book. It is a dark romance, so there are a lot. We have trigger warnings include but are not limited to graphic violence, graphic violence, branding, forced sex fantasy, drug and alcohol use, mass, breath play, bondage, kidnapping, anal, and non-such dubcon. I feel like there's more, but I don't. That is what is listed. I was really worried about this book when I first started reading it, just because of how big it is. And I did bend the cover on accident. I had it sitting on my shelf a bit wrong. But we're fixing it. I have it sitting right, so hopefully it'll bend out. But this is the first book in a series. It is the first book in the Lords series by Chantal Tesser. Sorry, I feel like I have something on my face. I did rate this 4 stars out of 5. And I did really enjoy it. I'm trying to recall everything that happened. So you have the main characters are Riot and Blakely. And basically they go to the same college and there's kind of like a secret society type thing that's called the Lords, and Riot is in that. And basically in that they allow you to like pick a chosen one, and essentially that girl, as long as she accepts, she does have to accept, she is, you can do whatever to her, essentially, is what I remember from it. And basically he gets assigned Blakely. Blakely does end up accepting. I will say the only thing, my main complaint in this was I wish Blakely would have grew backbone, but not necessarily, because she still had a little bit of, she had fight when it came to other people, but when it came to her like boyfriend at the time / ex-boyfriend, not Riot, I don't remember the guy's name. For some reason I want to say it's Matt. I'm not sure if that's right, but he would just like walk all over her, and I truly do not understand it, because in no part of me did it ever come across that she actually liked this man. Like, I did not see that. And for him to treat her the way that he did, I don't understand it. Other than that though, I really loved this and I did devour it. I think I finished it in 2 days, I want to say. I loved it. I loved Riot. I will say this book does get a little crazy because obviously being dark romance and being like this secret society, there are rules that you have to follow and things happen. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but I enjoyed it, and if you're looking for a good dark college romance, I would recommend this. So the next book that I read was Beast Boy Loves Raven, which is just a short little graphic comic. This was super cute and super eventful. How many times can I use the word super? Anyways, I did enjoy this a lot and I'm very happy with what happens throughout it. This is the 3rd book in the series. The first book is Raven's book, the second book is Beast Boy's book, and then we have this one, which is their book together. I did love this. I think it's very true to their personalities in the show from what I remember. And this really makes me want to go watch Teen Titans. I did rate this 5 stars. I thought this was cute and I did love it. So, just a quick one on that. The next one will also be a pretty quick review. So the next one, I did read the next book in the Teen Titans series after that, which is book 4. I almost put 3. It's 4. And it is Robin's book. I did give this one 4 stars. I enjoyed it and I think the storyline stays very similar to like their personalities in the show, and it's just like kind of like background info on them and how like basically they became the Teen Titans. This isn't them as the Teen Titans. This is basically them becoming it. And I did like this, but I felt like we almost didn't get enough background info on him, and it almost seemed like it didn't truly focus on him. Because you do see Beast Boy and Raven in this, and I feel like it kind of takes away from Robin in a little bit. I did really enjoy it still, but I feel like for it being Robin's book, there was still a lot. I feel like they could have put a lot more focusing on Robin in this, is what I'm trying to say. So 4 stars, but I am still going to continue on with the series. This was really good. I did enjoy it. I do recommend it if you love the Teen Titans or you love graphic comics. I do recommend. My camera is dying, so if I come back and it looks different, that's why. Because every time I film something, this happens. My camera battery either starts dying, or my memory chip's full, or just something goes wrong, you know? Keeping consistent. And next up, which will probably still be another shorter review, just for the fact of I did do a whole vlog on this, so I don't want to overdo it again and like talk for 20 minutes about this, but I read Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I did really enjoy this, and I think I give it a 4.5, which I do kind of want to change down to just a 4 after sitting on it for a while. I realize like I think it's really good, and I'm really excited to see where this series goes, especially with the ending that happened in this, which is like a cliffhanger type of ending in a way. I did enjoy it, but the parts that really got to me were Violet and Xaden, the arguing, which don't get me wrong, I understand, like a little arguing here and there is expected, but it was like they were arguing over the same thing the whole time throughout the whole book. And as much as I enjoyed it, it was starting to get to me a little bit. And sitting on it, the more I thought about it, the more like that whole thing comes to the forefront of my mind. So, however, don't get me wrong, I loved this book and the twists and turns in it were fabulous. I loved that Violet was finally like kicking everyone's butt in this and like standing up for herself. Also, I'm gonna butcher his name, but Riddick, I want to say. Love him. The sass. the sarcasm, the like being BFFs with Violet, loved it all. Fab. So 4 stars out of 5. Loved it. Can't wait for the rest of the series to come out. Yay. And the last and final book that I read this month was Collide by Bal Cabrera. This was a 4-star read for me, and it is a hockey romance, and it's definitely like enemies to lovers vibes, but like more of, I want to say dislike to lovers vibe. Or dislike to friends to lovers. Very confusing, I know. But this is Aiden and Summer's book. Aiden is a hockey player, and Summer, oh my god, I already forget what she went to school for. She's going to school for psychology, and she wants to basically deal with the Olympic sports and be an Olympic sports psychologist. And so for her program, she has to do this study, and basically Aiden gets in trouble with, I want to say his hockey coach from what I remember, and gets assigned to help Summer, and then they bond from that. I love this. Aiden is definitely goals. I loved Aiden in this a lot. And I really like Summer too. I really liked how her personality was very, she's very blunt, upfront, and was not afraid to be who she was. I love that. That is my type of gal. 10 out of 10. Love that. I didn't give it a full 5-star because once again, the X. Man, the X's in this just need to go away. Which I understand, of course they're gonna annoy you. They're like their X for a reason. But it's not, I understand that they're an X for a reason. It's the way that the main character handles the X that like gets me. Once again, it's like she's so tough and everything for everyone else. But then like the X, she like lets some of the things that he says get to her. And then in the same breath, she also thinks that he's looking out for her on like her school projects and stuff. I'm like, what? Girl, no, he's trying to sabotage you. Let him go. Tell him to kick rocks. So for that, it's 4 stars, not 5. But I will say, if you are looking for a sign to read this, read it, because I loved it. Hockey romances are one of my favorites, and this is no exception. I love this. I would gladly reread this one day, and yeah. I'm going to quickly wrap this up because my camera is still dying. So, if you made it through, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Bye.